Hello everyone, today I am going to share some information with you about the utility software called Microsoft Drive Optimizer. My name is Shamil Kapiris. Let's wind up for the video. Before talking about this software, let's have some clear idea about utility software in common. Utility softwares are designed to help analyze, configure, optimize or maintain a computer. These programs will provide new features that are not provided by the operating system. Some of these utilities will be introduced as part of the OS and some of them can be purchased independently too. Without further ado, let's talk about our main topic, the Drive Optimizer. Microsoft Drive Optimizer is designed by Microsoft Corporation to distribute as a part of Windows operating system. This software is designed to defragment hard disk drives and formerly known as Disk Defragmenter Tool. Other than disk defragmentation, this software includes trim capability which can be used to optimize solid-state drives too. Before we can talk about defragmentation, let's have a clear idea about fragmentation. Fragmentation is the process of breaking something into smaller parts. In computing, we use this term for storing of a file in several separate areas scattered throughout a storage media device. In this case, in a hard disk. So, why do we store a single file in several separate areas? Let me explain this situation from a simple example. Just imagine that you use a small whiteboard to write down a simple list. You start writing the words top to bottom of this board, and after some time, you erase some random words in this list. Now, you have some free spaces in the slots you used to erase some words in addition to the space left in the bottom area of the board. If you want to write new words, you can either use that unused new space in the bottom of the board or you can use the random spaces scattered throughout the board, but this will affect the order of the words, and after filling those spaces with new words, you will have a hard time figuring out the order. This will take way more time than figuring out the order if you just write them down one after the other. Our computer hard disks kind of use the method similar to this. Let me break this down to you. A hard disk is a magnetic storage media which uses several magnetically sensitive disks to store data. It uses magnetic charges to hold ones and zeros. The writing and the reading done by a component called the head. The disks have a set of concentric tracks and they are divided into smaller segments called sectors. When you save a file in your PC, the hard disks use one or several sectors to save that file and keeps a record about the location of the sector so that you can access the file later. And when you delete a file from your computer, it makes some free slots, in this case some sectors that can be used to save some data later. Most of the time, these free sectors wouldn't be enough to save a large file. So, what your hard disk do is breaking down your file into smaller parts and saving those small fragments in sectors in several separate areas of the disk. This can be helpful to use storage space effectively without wasting any of it. But when you have to access those fragmented files, a hard disk can give you a horrific experience. This happens because hard disks are designed to read and write data sequentially. And when a file is scattered in various sectors in farther locations of a disk, a hard disk requires a lot of time to access the file after going through various sectors all over the disk. So, is there a way to use a hard disk efficiently and still manage to load data faster? Yes, of course, and that's what we do by this defragmentation softwares. Let's see how defragmentation can help us with this method. What this defragmentation basically do is rearranging the data on a computer hard drive so that as many files as possible in a contiguous manner. It eliminates the need of relocating the disk head when loading a file. Contiguous files massively saves the amount of time a hard disk drive usually spends seeking data, which improves load times for better performance. Let's see how we can use this software to improve our computer. I'm using my Windows 11 PC, but don't worry, your experience will be the same if you use another version of Windows. First, get to the Start menu. and type disk defragment in the search bar. Then it will show you Drive Optimizer software. Now this interface will show you some details about all of your storage devices connected to your computer. You need to click Analyze button to analyze your hard disk before defragmentation. After analyzing your hard disk drive, you can defragment it by clicking the Optimize button below. This will take some minutes to several hours depending on your hard disk capacity and the processing power of your PC. But be aware, if your PC faces a power loss during a disk defragmentation session, it will corrupt most of your files. So I recommend to use an uninterrupted power supply. If you use a laptop computer, make sure you have enough battery before proceeding. You can also set a defragment frequency by clicking the Change Setting button below. This will make sure your selected drives will be optimized regularly in the given period of time. If you have a solid state drive like me, this Analyze button will not be clickable because your solid state drives can't be optimized by disk defragmentation. They are designed to read and write data randomly and doesn't require contiguous files. And also, defragmenting an SSD drive can decrease its lifespan because unlike hard disks, SSDs have limited amount of read and write cycles. This software can optimize your solid state drive by using a method called trim. So let's wrap up for today, and that's all about this utility software. Thank you for watching my video and have a nice day.